Hey, Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome into a very special edition of Dom Time. Being New Year's resolution, fitness. What the heck happened in 2012 in the world of fitness, obesity, and kids? Good news, but I think it's kind of limited. Joining me to talk about this is somebody I turn to on the radio, kind of our unofficial fitness guru, and I can tell you, when she's around, you feel like dropping down and doing 50 push-ups. Kimberly Garrison is with us in studio from the Philadelphia Daily News. Kim, thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here.
And Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, Don.
Happy Fitness New Year to you.
Absolutely.
Now, good news story, although limited, and you've been the voice of caution when I've talked with you, certainly so. We see a study roll out, New York Times, et cetera, that says, this is hard to believe, kids are getting less obese, or they're minuscule around the edges. Is that what you're seeing? It's good news, but kind of limited.
Well, it's good news. It's a trend in the right direction.
Okay.
Philadelphia in particular made a 5% drop in the obesity numbers. So
Okay.
we were about 55% obesity, now we're at 50%. So that is encouraging words. You know, we want to continue that trend and we would like to get some more momentum around it, obviously. So we still have a lot of work to do.
All right, definition for people watching at home, though. They know overweight, slightly overweight, I'm slight. We're always slightly, we're in denial. What's the crossing line where we cross into obesity world? Is there a line saying, you're in obesity now?
Yeah, there is a line. For the BMI, the upper range for BMI is 24.99. So once you get to 25, 27, now you're in the overweight zone. And then once you get up to that 30, 35, well, now you're in the obese zone.
And I'm one of those guys, too. See, I need a last-minute burst after the show. I like to go year by year. So as soon as Christmas was over, I'm in the mode of trying to get to the bell of 2012 being under 200 pounds.
Okay.
Even if it's by an ounce, that's my goal. And then maybe the next day I'll go back a little bit. Do you see that as a foolhardy way to go? I'm not saying a Beyonce diet or one of those crazy things, but you know, really zoning in to try to reach it at a period of time, count calories, do all those things.
Yes, I think that that's our biggest problem is our lack of awareness. You know, years ago they used to tell people, oh, don't get on the scale, just get on once a week. I don't buy that. I say get on every day.
On the scale.
Every day.
Defiance right here out of block against the other experts.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that way you're conscious of what you're doing. The same way with your budget. You wouldn't go, well, I don't have to worry about what I'm spending today. I'll worry about that tomorrow. No, you're going to be in big trouble if you continue to spend more than you actually have. But once you have that conscious awareness and you say, okay, I spent this today. That's what the Rockefellers did. They wrote down every single cent, okay, so that tells you something. We need to get back to that practice.
Now, we're going to show a couple of exercises to people later on, as much as we can do in place. We're also going to talk about resolutions and keeping them. And you have a wide variety of experiences in that you're right for the Philadelphia Daily News, you're a personal trainer, you've competed yourself, and you are the prop lady. You brought a lot of stuff with you here today. Let's start with first of all, I brought a prop with me right from, this is the temptations they place on this. Now, I would eat pizza, and I had spinach on it, and I kidded myself. I'm a vegetarian, so I had vegetables. But I see a concoction like this. This is Murderer's Row. This was in the green room. We have chocolate covered, smeared on pizza. They throw fruit in to try to confuse the issue with marshmallows. Talk about this food that we see in front of us. Do you feel like overturning it onto the floor here or what?
Well, I wouldn't do that, but I mean, again, if you want to eat that, fine, just don't be delusional about it and think like, you know, I'm doing something really healthy for myself, you know. Eat the fruit off of the top and, you know, if you have 1 ounce of chocolate, you could have it every day. But most people will not eat 1 ounce. They're going to eat.
Is that the weakness for women? Women to come to you? I know you train a lot of professional women. Do they just say chocolate? What is it with women and choosing chocolate? Choose for another show, but chocolate first.
Well, and I'm guilty of all of that. You know, I love chocolate too, but again, a little bit will do you. Like my husband used to buy me these huge boxes of like Godivas. One is 250 calories. Well, I have to eat at least 2. So now I'm up 500 calories from 2 pieces of candy? Really? So it's not worth it. So that's why I say keep that budget, your food budget, and know how much you can take in. And
we'll get to fitness tips, but if you have a partner that's doing stuff too, and you're in that milieu, and friends that are doing that, I've even run studies about your house makes you fat. The guy had a famous book that was out there around that. Your environment, you're going to be around people that are trying to do this or people that are just kind of letting it go.
Absolutely. Your environment is really critical to your success.
So we have about 4 hours or so to midnight on New Year's Eve. I would say get a whole new cast of friends. Bring them over here. Don't bring over the friends that are bringing too much temptation, because Kimberly Garrison is going to show us in these next couple of segments, like right now, some of the stuff that happens to you if you're partying or any day of the week. Right here you have something that looks like blood in front of us. Maybe you could talk about this as one of your props that you carry around. What is this?
Well, this is what happens after you have, let's say, a Philly cheesesteak with French fries and, you know, a beverage. Okay. It actually turns your blood fatty, and this is why you feel tired and sluggish after you eat that heavy meal and you want to lay down. But the worst part about this is going through the arterial wall and leaving a little bit of plaque. Remember, just like a plaque on our teeth, in the artery. If that artery continues to have that plaque build up, what's going to happen, Dom?
Heart attack.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. So that's prop number one. The second prop here is, what does 5 pounds of fat look like that we might be carrying around?
Well, I have the answer for you. 5 pounds of anatomical fat.
I'm just looking at this. All right, let's draw an arrow here for those playing at home. An arrow from here to there. There we go.
Right. I mean, just the dough alone. I mean, that could be 1,000 calories or 1,500 calories, just the dough, not including the chocolate, the marshmallows, and all the other stuff.
All right, coming up, more to disrupt our New Year's Eve here with Kimberly Garrison from the Daily News. No, but she does talk about moderation and things you can do tonight. And we'll talk fitness, and we'll talk resolutions around it. We'll also talk with Kimberly about a couple of exercises you might do at your desk, you might do at home, you might do when I'm on the air bloviating as a talk show host. That's all straight ahead on a very informative Dom Time.